Champion City Podcast, where we tell real stories from grinders, hustlers, and everybody on the come up. If you're still in the trenches or you're still trying to get that bag, this for you. This your blueprint, your motivation, your platform. Let's go.
yeah, you good, you good. I was just putting this shit on silent. Bet, bet.
What up, everybody? Happy New Year. Thanks for tapping in today. You know, it's first podcast of January
Yes, sir.
2026. Happy New Year too,
Thank you,
bro.
brother.
You know,
Happy
yeah,
New Year. Thank you for
definitely,
having
man.
me over.
Yeah, no,
Most
no, I appreciate
definitely.
you making time for us and everything, dude, you know?
Yes, sir.
But yeah, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody, dude?
What up, y'all? This your boy Ibanzy, man. I'm a Latin trap artist, reggaeton artist. Do a little bit of everything. Very versatile when it comes to the music. But yeah, man, I'm Mazatleco, Hondureño. Like I said, I mentioned, do a little bit of everything. My name's Ibanzy. You can find me under Ibanzy on all platforms. I got a new corrido coming up pretty soon, so stay tuned on that as well.
So versatile, huh? Because you do a little bit like the song that I heard was like a little bit of a trap,
Right, right.
like Mexican trap, which I like and shit,
Definitely.
dude. You know,
Yes,
was
sir.
pretty fire. Actually, let's take it back a little bit, dude. Like, so
Mhm.
where'd you grow up at and shit?
So I grew up, man, a little bit of everywhere. I grew up in Mexico a little bit. I grew up in LA. I grew up in Fresno area for a little bit, and I grew up in the Valley for a little bit too, if I can remember, bro. I was one of those kids that was moving all over the place. So,
Mm-hmm.
my mom would we're in LA for the next 2 3 months or maybe the year. And next thing I know, I'm fucking flying out to Mexico and I'm staying out there for another year. And then I'm coming back. I'm fucking going to Fresno area and I stayed out there when I was a kid for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
Then I came back this way, so all over the place. But mainly, I grew up in Inglewood. Born and raised out there. Fucking
What's the earliest memories you have? Like, where were you living? Like in Mexico or like in Inglewood? You
so
know, like when you're young as a little kid and shit. Like, what's the first thing you remember and shit?
man, the most memories I have would be a little bit of both LA and Mexico because, like I said, I did go back and forth a lot.
Mm-hmm.
My early childhood, I was in Mexico. I was living with my aunts. Shout out Papi Daniel and Mama Kati over there. They took care of me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when my parents were out here working, I was a kid and I was staying in Mexico for a little bit. Then I came this way,
You were out there with
and
like grandparents or something, or
my uncles,
your uncles? Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, dope, dope.
my tia, my
Yeah.
tio. So that's Papa Daniel and Mama Kati. I call them.
Oh,
So
all right.
since I was a
Yeah,
kid, they was my second parents
yeah, yeah.
basically. So when my parents weren't around to take care of me, they were the ones that were taking care of me and making
Oh,
sure I
dope,
was
dope.
straight. So
Mexico's dope too, dude.
Mexico's
You know,
fire,
like
bro.
you can have a lot of fun out there and shit, man. You know,
Definitely,
that's
definitely.
one thing I like about it. It's a little
Yes,
bit more
sir.
freedom, I
A
think,
lot,
right? You
a
know,
lot more
yeah.
freedom. If y'all haven't been to Mexico, make sure y'all pull up, man. That shit is
Hmm.
fun for sure.
Especially when you're in like in the small towns and shit,
Most,
right?
of
You know,
course, of
like
course. The rancho life is fire for
yeah,
sure.
for real.
Definitely.
So where's like the earliest memories you have of music, like of you hearing like what was your mom bumping at home or your aunts and uncles and shit, you know?
So when it comes to music, like I said, I think that's where the versatileness of my music comes from. I grew up listening to reggaeton, bachata, corridos, banda, punta, merengue,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you can think of. On my mom's side, I'm listening to all the Central American side because my mom is from Honduras.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out Honduras, Choloma Cortez. And my dad's actually Mexican. He's from Sinaloa. So shout out Sinaloa,
Mm-hmm.
Mazatlan, where actually I first started rapping was in Mazatlan.
Oh, all right, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but I did, I grew up with both sides, and then being in LA, I grew up with a lot of West Coast, a lot of hip hop stuff.
Yeah.
So that's
But at
kind of
home and as a little kid, you were mostly listening to Spanish music then?
mostly Spanish,
Oh,
definitely, bro.
really? Yeah, yeah. From
Yeah,
your mom and your dad,
yeah.
they were like Hispanics, basically,
Right,
right?
right. My mom was the one that was like, literally, she's cleaning the house and it's like, se cortan pelos, arriba y abajo, like all
Uh-huh.
that shit, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
yeah,
old school, Salvadorian, fucking Honduran, Guatemalan music,
yeah, yeah.
reggaeton, all
Oh,
that
that's what's
stuff.
up, dude.
So
Yeah, yeah. And being from Mexico, obviously, a lot of corridos and stuff, no?
definitely, definitely.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
when
for
I was in
sure.
Mexico, for sure, it was the banda, the corridos. My dad loves fucking Julio Preciado, El Coyote,
Mm-hmm.
all those La Arrolladora, all that stuff.
Yeah,
He loves
yeah.
all of that. So
Oh,
definitely,
that's what's up. So you got a influence in Spanish music mainly,
definitely,
right? And then
definitely.
like what's the first hip hop song you heard and shit? Do you remember?
Damn. Oh, I don't know if I remember the first hip hop, but I do have two older brothers, bro, and they listen to a lot of Tupac. They listen to a lot of Nelly. They
Mm-hmm.
listen to a lot of Bone Thugs and Harmony.
So that's
And
like your first taste of hip
I
hop
would
was through your
say,
brothers and shit.
yeah, basically like my brothers, and then when I was in Mexico with my friends, it was funny because they would ask me to burn CDs here and take them to them, or hey, bro, comprame el CD de tal y tal, and I'm like, hey, bro, like, and I would take it to them. So they actually knew more hip hop than I did. Like they
Yeah,
were like,
yeah,
hey, tráeme un CD de Tupac, hey, tráeme un CD de Biggie or this, and then I'm like, how
yeah,
the fuck y'all listening to this out here? Like I haven't even heard it over there. You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So yeah, but my brothers are the ones that got me into that the first early hip hop memories I have is basically that. I would say like Tupac, Bone Thugs, and what's his name, Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg is another
Oh
one as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
And were you always gravitated more towards Spanish music, or like were you always
Um,
kind of like I like hip hop a little more and shit, or like
Man, when it comes to music, I love listening to everything,
Mm-hmm.
everything, everything. I don't think I ever gravitated. Well, I would say I kind of had like little episodes, maybe.
Yeah,
Like there was
yeah,
a time where I was straight out paisa, bro, in high school. Like I was fucking bumping corridos, listening to corridos, singing corridos with
yeah,
my
yeah,
boys,
yeah.
my boy Árabe. Shout out my boy Árabe.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I did that, and then there was a time where I was really into the reggaeton era. Like my middle school was nothing but reggaeton, bro.
Yeah.
Like I was listening to like Alexis y Fido, Yaga y Maki, old school Hector El Father, Don Chesina, all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Baby Rasta. So I was listening to all that good stuff when I was in middle school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then high school, it was like, the little era corridos. And then it was like it was a time like around 2009, 11, where everybody was like trying to be paisa, bro. Everybody wanted to be corridos, everything. So I think I
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah,
hopped into that
yeah,
little wave, and I was like, but I mean, I've been listening to corridos since I was a kid because of my dad. So
yeah, definitely.
yeah,
No, that's a trip, dude. Because I remember when reggaeton came out, it was popping. Like every
definitely.
like all the girls would like it and bumping and
Hell yeah,
shit, no?
bro.
And that was like the party scene
Right,
for a
right,
minute and shit,
right.
you
I
know?
actually have a funny story when it comes to a
Mm-hmm.
reggaeton concert. I'll let y'all know in a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, yeah.
It
But no,
involves my cousin.
I do remember when it was coming out, like Daddy Yankee and
Right,
Tego Calderon and all that
definitely.
shit, right?
Theo
You
Calde
know?
was a shit, bro. That was one of my
Yeah, he was
favorites.
actually one of my favorites because he had the hood thing to it, right?
Yes,
He was talking
yes.
about the straps and
Yup,
and
yup.
the
He
putting
was
in
that
work
trap
and shit. Yeah,
reggaeton,
yeah,
that
for
real,
sure.
real reggaeton de
So
la calle.
yeah, so I did like that. That fool's fire and shit, dude. What
Right,
up,
right.
Lisa? Appreciate you tapping in, man. Happy New Year to everybody on here
Happy
too.
New Year,
Appreciate
Lisa.
y'all. Um, I'm still getting over a cold, dude. Like, it's a
Mm,
trip because I got sick and then I got better and then I got sick again, and
that's
I was just like,
crazy.
man, like that shit sucks. So like I've been like waking up sick and then it goes away
Right,
like in the
right.
daytime and then so I'm like, man, like and it sucks because last week I had to cancel my podcast and then that's
Oh
why today
man.
I was like, oh no, I gotta get on it, man.
Yeah.
Like because
Right,
we had
right.
people scheduled like every week
Of course,
almost
of
and shit,
course.
dude. So I was just like, yeah, we got to kick off the year already,
Right,
man.
right. Definitely, bro. Same here
Um,
though. I woke up actually sick as fuck this morning
hmm
too, bro. Like I took a nap before I came here. I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like sweating. I was like cold. I was like, damn, I was like, what the fuck's going
yeah,
on?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
but I was like, hell no, I did post that not the devil was gonna stop me. So ain't nobody stopping me this year. Fuck
yeah,
that.
yeah. Nah, for sure,
Especially
man.
not no damn little cold when it's something you love,
Yeah,
So
yeah, and
hell
it's the
yeah.
cold going around, I guess, because I keep hearing a lot of people are sick out here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like it starts with the congestion or a cough and shit,
Right,
dude,
right, right.
So there's like two viruses going on here right now, I guess, man,
Mm-hmm.
in LA or everywhere. Because I was
Definitely.
just talking to another homie, he was messaging, he's like, yeah, I'm sick too, and everybody at work is sick and shit. So I'm
Man,
like,
it's
man,
that time of the year,
it
bro.
is,
Mm-hmm.
the flu's strong and shit for sure,
Most
And then I
definitely.
have kids too. The kids always got all the
Same here.
germs and shit, right?
Same here. I just
Yeah.
came from a soccer tournament with my son, so I think that's why I ended up sick, bro. It
Oh,
was
all right.
pouring rain,
Yeah.
kids all sick, coughing. My son's coughing,
Yeah.
but he went out there, he played his ass off, so I got to come out here and do my thing now,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's what's
he
up,
was
man.
sick too, so shout out
Yeah.
my little pops.
And then like, how'd you start getting into music, dude?
So my first memories of getting into music start with my boy Mr. Primo, rest in peace. Mazatlán, Sinaloa, los del 1119.
Mm-hmm.
Started with him actually. It started
And these
with
guys, they were like popping out there in Mexico,
so
or like they were already doing their thing, type of thing, or.
we started from the ground up, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
literally, we started recording off of like a speaker or like stereo cassettes and shit like that
Mm-hmm.
in my house. And then from there, we ended up going to. We used to go to something called Ciber in Mexico. Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people that know Mexico know Spanish. Íbamos a los Ciber, and it was basically like a cafe where they had computers and internet, and we would pay like a certain time limit or whatever to use the computers for the internet. And we would go there, bro, and literally just try to record music, and then eventually
You were making
um,
noise all right there though and
yeah,
shit,
yeah,
and
hell
they didn't
yeah.
care, no?
They didn't. I mean,
Huh?
everybody was in there making
Oh,
noise,
really?
playing
The
games and
video games
shit.
and shit. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
they had this online game at the time was called Divia or something like that. It was really popular.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody and their mamas was in there playing that shit, bro. So
Yeah.
we were in there making music while the other little kids was in there trying to play games. We
Mm-hmm.
was trying to make music. We were
Yeah.
12, 13 years old at the time.
And they had like computer labs, like not computer labs, but it's like that, right?
Right, right,
And but they weren't that popular here. But
right.
there were some that I remember that I remember there was one like in Carson and like in the Torrance area.
Okay.
And I remember seen another one in Gardena or something, but it was like people would go to play
Right.
video games right there or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
they needed to do,
Yeah,
you know. But
online, yeah.
like in
Basically,
Mexico, it was popular and shit, right?
definitely
You
in
know.
Mexico, there was one in every corner. Like everybody, had to do homework or whatever it
Uh-huh.
was, and obviously a lot of people didn't have access to the internet there,
Yeah.
so they would go and pay that like 10 pesos, 20 pesos, whatever it was,
For the
to be
hour
able
or
to
whatnot and
for the
shit.
30 minutes to an hour or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we would all just kind of put up money, go to the to the seabed and record music there. But that's where it really started for me, bro. Was with my boy Primo, back in Calabazo Records, and till this day, man, I just got a tattoo that says 1119 because that number really identifies a lot with me.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime that something's good's happening in the music, that number just pops up, bro. And I know it's my boy taking care of me, or basically just giving me an approval, like go do that shit, bro. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's our
yeah.
time. So I'm still trying to follow.
And
the
how'd you
dream.
end up plugging in with them and shit, dude? You know?
So I knew them since I was a kid, bro. My boy Primo used to live right across the street from me.
Mm-hmm.
So I would pull up and literally I would get there that night, bro, to Mexico. I remember I would get there to Mazatlan like en la noche. And that next
This
morning,
was already as an adult or a young
no, as a
kid?
teen, 12, 13 years
12,
old. Like
13?
I said, I've been going back and forth to Mexico since I was a kid. So I
Mm-hmm.
know Smokey, Primo, Chano, everybody that's out there, like the ones that I started with.
Mm-hmm.
I've known them since like we were in the diapers, basically.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I kind of grew up in both
Like their
ends.
families know them and everything
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that, right? Like, yeah.
literally like the whole block, bro. That whole block where we lived at, like everybody knew each other. We would throw the block parties for
Mm-hmm.
Christmas, the posadas and stuff. So they're the ones that actually taught me the ropes and started writing my first song with them like about 11, 12 years old. And my boy Primo actually he got murdered, he got killed in Mexico. So I kind of veered away from the music for a
Mm-hmm.
couple years.
He was
um
just doing no good stuff or just a
he
victim and shit
no
or.
honestly, like I never really understood the full story,
Mm-hmm.
but from my understanding, I don't think it was his fault.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just how could I say it, like some shit happened. Some shit
Mm-hmm.
happened. Um, I don't know exactly what. Obviously, because I was over here.
Yeah, yeah.
I had just kicked it with them, like literally 2 3 nights before he got taken away. But
Oh, wow.
lo levantaron, bro, lo
Mm-hmm.
levantaron, and he was gone the next morning. They found him dead, and we don't know if it was because of the person he was going out with or what it is. But yeah, they basically came and take her, and he was like, "Nah, y'all ain't taking her without me. Like y'all taking me too." And they're like, "All right, well, fuck it, we taking you too."
Oh, it
And they
seemed to
took
be
him
like
to
over a girl and shit, like
right. So
type
I don't
shit.
know. Like I said, I don't know what
Yeah,
she
yeah,
was
yeah,
involved in or
yeah.
what happened.
Yeah, sometimes, damn, dude,
But
the drama's just like
yeah,
crazy
bro.
and
Like
shit, man,
like I
you
said,
know?
I don't know exactly
Dang.
what happened, but my boy, he was gone the next morning, bro, and
Mm-hmm.
that was it.
And you guys
Everybody.
had already done some tracks and everything
Yeah,
together and shit?
yeah. I had a couple tracks that I was working with him. I have
Mm-hmm.
one that we dropped before before he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably like the first track that I wrote like at 12 years old.
Yeah.
And it's called the Mazatlan de Los Angeles, and that was actually inspired in my dad living in Mexico because my dad was in Mexico. I forgot to mention that my
Mm-hmm.
dad actually lived in Mexico for a couple years too. So I finally fixed his papers for him to be able to come back again.
Oh, all right.
So he's back here now. He's been out here for a couple years, but basically when I would go visit him, he was staying out there and I was going out there visiting him and I was
Mm-hmm.
making music with them. But when this happened, I just kind of just stopped going. And I just, like I said, I veered away from the music
Mm-hmm.
and that was like, I stopped, bro. Like I stopped for years. Like I think like 2020, Father's Day is when I got back into music.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Eventually, my girl actually got
Yeah.
me back into music.
And then, but going back to your story and shit, so being in Mazatlan, 12, 11, what got you into like, hey, I want to make my own music? Like, I'm going to start writing songs and shit. Like what got you
um,
inspired to do that at that young age and shit?
I think the fact that seeing them listening to a lot of like hip hop here, like kind of just basically made me like think like, damn, like these fools are listening to the shit they do over there. Like I'm pretty sure I can do that too. Like I speak English. Like you know what? Let me see what I can do. And then not only that, I liked it, bro. I like that lifestyle. I like the going out to watch people rap. Because in Mexico at the time, in Mazatlan, there was an era where there was basically like there was this group called Los 69 Locos. They were a rap group. They were making music there.
Mm-hmm.
There
So they
was
were popular in the town and
right.
shit,
They were
yeah?
popular. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Trency, all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
El Nice, he was a badass producer out there. So all those people were pretty popular. Big Fool said all them guys. And then my boy, he's like, bro, like let's make music. And that's when it all started. We started making music because we were inspired by them
Yeah.
making
And that's
music.
crazy. Young, 12, 13 years
Yeah,
old and
bro.
shit, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
eventually we became really freaking big, bro, all
Oh
over
yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Calabazo Records like became really big, and it's actually there's a story where Santa Fe Clan, he actually mentions in one of his concerts that he started because of our Calabazo Records.
Oh really?
I was like,
Oh
what the hell?
yeah.
That shit tripped me out, bro. Like he brought out my boy, shout out my boy Smokey, who's actually signed by him now.
Yeah.
So he actually brought him out. He's like, yo, like look, this is a new dude that I bringing out to my label, and
Mm-hmm.
he's not a new dude to the music, but he's new to us, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to the label. But he's part of what used to be Calabazo
Oh,
Records,
that's a
bro.
trip. And when you guys were making music back then, like, what were you doing with it and shit?
Just distributing it, bro, all over YouTube.
Like on YouTube or
Yeah,
SoundCloud or stuff? Or?
basically YouTube only at the time
Mm-hmm.
because there wasn't no Spotify, there was
Yeah.
none of that. I'm talking like 2007,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah, yeah.
2006. Like it was just basically putting it up on I think it was MySpace at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It was like MySpace audios or like YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and it's crazy, bro. Like they racked up some views, like
Yeah, yeah,
back
yeah.
in the days.
Oh, that's dope and shit,
It's a
dude.
trip, yeah.
And what kind of music? Like trap Mexican
It was,
music?
yeah,
or?
it was a lot of like just rap, bro, like Mexican
Mhm.
rap. A lot of like the stuff that Santa Fe Clan is doing right now, like,
Oh,
like
right.
straight Mexican rap.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously, pues veníamos de Mazatlán, and my roots of music started there because of them. So all of our stuff became
Yeah, yeah.
mainly rap and basically rap and hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got into reggaeton later down the line. I'm actually not a reggaetonero. I've said this plenty of times. A lot of people think I'm a reggaetonero, but I really started as a rapper. I think just the influence that I had in the music
Oh,
helped
okay.
me make reggaeton.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I ain't no reggaetonero. I mean, I make reggaeton, but that's it. I'm a rapper, man. Like,
Yeah, yeah. That's what
I love
you
rap.
classify yourself
Right.
as or see yourself as and
Yeah.
shit, you know?
It's funny because in high
Yeah.
school,
It's dope that you're able to diverse though, you know?
yeah, definitely,
But
definitely.
you're funny because in high school?
Oh yeah, I was saying high school. It's funny because I would get mad when people would tell me I was a reggaetonero, bro. Like, cause I was like, nah, bro, I'm a fucking rapper. Like, soy rapero, güey. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
then el reggaetonero. I'm like, hell no, yo no soy reggaetonero, soy rapero. But it's like, they're both rappers at the end of the day, So I was like, you know what? I was like, all right, like, I'm whatever y'all want me to be,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
it.
Let the
So,
people do what they
yeah,
do and shit. No, you
yes,
just keep doing your
that's
talent,
it.
no?
That's it. Just
Yeah.
keep giving them the music, bro. Like,
Nah, that's dope, dude. And then so
Yeah.
like, damn, so you're doing your music and stuff. This is like 2007,
right.
and they kill your boy like what 2007 also
They
2008 or
they killed him like in 2010, bro.
all right, yeah, yeah,
2010. I was like about a
Yeah.
sophomore at the time, going into like my junior year, I believe.
Yeah.
And then after that, I just stopped, bro. Like I
yeah.
completely stopped.
Like,
making
did you even
music.
stop going to Mexico and shit
For a
too,
while,
or
I did actually. Yes,
Mhm.
I stopped going for a couple years. And eventually I went back. Till this day, it's crazy because till this day I have not visited my boy's grave out there in Mexico. I
Mhm.
don't know. I can't, bro. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's just it's
yeah.
too many
Sometimes it's
memories,
tough too,
like,
dude. Yeah, yeah. You
it's too
know,
many memories, and the fact that I had just seen him 2-3 days prior to him getting taken out, like
yeah,
it just took a big toll on me, bro. Like till this day, like man, the people that really know me, like I still tear for my boy, bro.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's sometimes where I'm like, damn, like something comes up or a memory comes up or I'm doing music and I'm just like, it starts dropping. I'm like, damn, I miss my boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Oh, that's a
that's
trip,
my
man.
guy,
You know.
bro. Like so,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then, do you still know people out there in Mazatlan? You still go
Mhm.
out there and stuff
Yeah.
too that do music and stuff.
I still do know a couple people out there.
Mhm.
I actually have a buddy of mine named Verso. We see on music. He actually helped me get started back in the music as well.
All right.
Besides my lady, gifting me a studio session for Father's Day when it really started back again in 2020.
Yeah.
I found well, he found me actually. He's like, yo, it's like this you, bro, and I'm like, yeah. So then he started hitting me up, and he actually brought me back into making music. He was like, yo, I'll mix and master for you. Like, I believe in you, bro. You got talent. Like, let's get back on it. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I know what you
And
can
that's
do.
like in 2010.
And that was actually
So 2010, this happened, and then
And
you're
that's
just
it.
like, boom, like
That's it.
really
No more-
not doing any
Mhm.
music.
No more music.
Yeah. What about your other boys that you were working with? Because it was you
They-
said
they-
like 3 other people, no?
Yeah, so they continued.
Chano, Smokey.
Chano's still out there producing and making music in Mazatlan.
Mm-hmm.
Los del 1119, now they have a thing called Los del 1119 El Legado,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically the legacy of my boy.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of the younger kids that were right there in el barrio donde crecimos, like now they're making the music,
Oh, dope,
in
dope.
Calabazo Records. So it's still in that same
It's still
place.
there and shit.
It's still in the same place, same room, bro. My
Mhm.
boy's room in his parents' house, and it is there, and people use it now. Like obviously they got a producer in there and everything now, but
Mhm.
I haven't got the chance to go out there yet. But I do want to go out there and
Oh,
make
that's
some music
fire
with
and
my
shit,
boys
bro.
out
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Somebody
sure.
wicked high. What's up, man? Thanks for tapping in, bro.
Yes, sir.
He said 6'9"
Saludos.
locals. they have songs with Psycho Realm. They from Mazatlan as well
Yes,
and
sir.
shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. We actually opened up for Psycho Realm back in Mazatlan a while back.
Oh, really? Oh, so you
Yeah.
performed and shit too and all
Ooh, I'm
that.
talking like over 15 years ago,
Yeah, yeah.
probably.
Still, well, that's fire.
It's
That's
been
a
a
different
while.
different thing, you know.
Right,
Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. So
And
yeah,
Psycho Realm is dope. They were doing their thing, dude.
mm-hmm,
Even here, you know. So
mm-hmm.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
I, that's a trick because I didn't know they were from Mazatlan and shit. I didn't
Yeah.
know that they even performed there and shit.
Right,
You know,
right.
because back then you wouldn't even keep up with the artist like you do
Mm-hmm.
now, right? Like now
Mm-hmm.
when work with an artist, you know their life.
Right, right.
Back then you only knew the
That's
music and
it.
shit.
Yeah.
And if they did a VH1 special, remember
Mm-hmm.
VH1?
Yeah.
Behind the
VH1.
music and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you would know about their life or the
Mm-hmm.
struggle, their drug
Right,
addictions and shit,
right.
you know, like who knew they were a lot of these fools were addicted to drugs,
Definitely,
all
definitely.
kinds of shit, you know, or
Mm-hmm.
like
Yep.
or that they weren't making money on music, just
Yep.
like you know, like some people, no, like now, that they just like were getting robbed for their shit, basically
Yeah.
in a way, right?
Pretty much.
You know. But
Mm-hmm.
now it's like you know everything about everybody
Right,
and shit,
right.
bro. You know,
Yep.
it
Social media, bro. Is the
yeah,
power of social media.
it gave the power of connection, right?
Definitely,
Basically,
definitely.
like for the artist to connect with fans and supporters and shit, which
Mm-hmm.
is dope, you know.
Yep.
So yeah, back then I didn't even know like they would do shows. Like to me, I was like narrow minded, where it's like it's happening here in
Right,
LA and
right. No,
shit.
they were
You get
big.
me?
They were
Yeah.
big. Psycho Realm was big. I actually got a tattoo
Uh-huh.
inspired on them, bro. I got the Psycho Realm mask right on top of the LA.
Oh shit! Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I was
yeah,
like, got the Psycho Realm mask, got the LA buildings coming out with the smoke. So
yeah, yeah.
I inspired my tattoo based off of Psycho Realm
Oh,
because
all
I
right.
used to listen to them a lot too when I was a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
And that's a trip, dude. So you also say that you would go to Fresno and all that, no?
yeah.
So would you have any issues with the people out there? You know how they have like the
Um,
south and the north and
right,
shit,
right.
you
At
know?
the beginning, I did, bro. When I first moved out there,
Mm-hmm.
obviously because of my LA tattoo, some fools was tripping, and I had to explain to him like, bro, I don't gangbang. I'm a music guy. Like
Yeah,
I make
yeah, yeah.
music, but I had to catch one or two fades, but that was it, bro.
Yeah,
Nothing crazy. Like,
yeah, yeah.
good thing my kids were never around when none of that happened. My girl was around. She seen the first one, but
Yeah.
other than that, that was it,
Because it's
bro.
that sensitive. Being out there, just having
Right,
an LA hat or something can
right,
get you into some trouble.
right.
You
Definitely,
know, like
bro.
I've been oblivious to shit like that, bro. Like I've been to Frisco. Like I've driven from here to San Francisco, right, with my
Hmm.
family,
Right,
like 4 or 5 times, bro. I like
definitely.
San Francisco and
Right,
shit, bro.
right.
You know,
San
like
Francisco's dope.
yeah,
It's dope.
yeah, I do. I like it. You know, my wife says it's really ghetto and shit, like the
Uh-huh.
city, obviously,
Right,
because there's a
right,
lot of drug addicts now,
right, right.
bums and
It's a
shit.
big
You
ass
know,
LA.
especially at night, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like it's normal shit. You get
Right,
me? But I just like the vibe of the bay, the bridge, and like
right.
I just like the whole little vibe, bro. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, for
myself.
sure.
Pier 39, I think it's called or
Mm-hmm.
something. You know.
Yeah,
But the times that I've been out there, I've never seen any issue, bro. But
for
I've
sure.
always been with my LA hat,
Right, right.
like always with my blue like
Yeah.
sweater,
So
like
now I think
you know.
now it's a little bit more like chill,
Yeah,
but
but this was like I want to say 7 years
for
ago
sure.
when I started going, like when I
Okay.
went the first time.
Right, right,
But again, I wasn't looking for trouble or
right. Of
nothing either.
course. Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
I'm with my family and shit,
Right.
but I found it to be just like LA, dude.
Yeah, it's
You
it's
get me?
basically
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's why I tell people Fresno is basically like LA, bro. Like unless you live like in the outskirts and stuff. Because I was
Uh-huh.
living in the outskirts,
There's
but
like a lot of ranchos también,
right, a
no?
lot of
Yeah, yeah.
pueblos, little small towns, small cities.
Is that like by Modesto or Modesto
It's a little
still
bit no, Modesto's like about 2 hours ahead still.
still more that way?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Fresno's over here like by the 99,
Uh-huh.
and well, keep going down the 99, you hit Modesto,
Mhm.
but it's right there off like the 198 and 99. So
Yeah.
I used to live right there, like a little city called Hanford.
Oh,
So
okay.
shout out Hanford, but yeah, man, they showed me a lot of love there too, bro. Like I said,
Oh, that's fire,
I
dude.
didn't have many issues. I did at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously,
You
you're from
know,
LA, coming
right,
out here
certain
and
way we
shit. Yeah,
dress and stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
And then like everybody thinks LA, like everybody's like real proud of the city
right,
and shit,
right,
no? And yeah.
yeah,
So is the Frisco people, you know,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
of course.
definitely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a trip, bro. Yeah, yeah. So you
Yeah.
had that I don't want to say like a culture shock, but like that experience and
Right,
shit,
right.
man.
I
You
had a
know?
little experience, which, like I said,
Yeah.
it was nothing crazy. I mean, we got in fights out here all the fucking time too. Growing
Yeah.
up, especially the area where we grew up, there's always someone tripping or some bullshit. So, I mean, it was whatever. It's like I said, I told
Yeah.
him like, bro, I don't bang, I don't affiliate with any gangs or none of that. But I mean, I love my city, bro. And if you got a problem with it, well then fuck it, we can run it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, I love LA, bro. That's it. That's all it is. I don't bang. I don't do none of that. And
Yeah.
but after that, bro, like I said, I got like into like 2 fights probably, and then
And then they started to know you.
that
They
was
know you because
yeah.
you're living there, no?
Right,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
I'm starting to live there, bro,
Yeah.
and I'm just chilling there. And I was out there for a couple years,
And it's just because you chose Fresno because you have family out there, or it's just like
so when
Because I
it
always knew like people that have family like in Modesto.
right,
So I would always hear stories, you
right,
know?
right,
Like I'll hear stories like from the 49er games where people
yeah,
from LA go and shit
uh-huh,
and people be tripping.
right,
Like
right,
me, I've always wanted to go to, because we do a lot of tailgates.
uh-huh,
So I've always wanted to go to the 49er
right,
games
right.
and set up our tent. You
Of
get me?
course,
But we've never had the opportunity to do
right,
it and shit.
right.
Because those games, even when they come here, they're the most expensive games to
Definitely,
participate in, right?
definitely.
Like the rivalry is just so big. It's
Mm-hmm.
just a big,
For sure.
you know, you have to pay like 500 for the tailgate pass or
Right,
some
right.
shit. Sometimes
Yeah.
1,000, bro. You know, like
Man.
depending how anticipated the game is. You
Like you
know,
said, it's a popular
yeah,
matchup,
it's a
so
popular match. You know,
definitely,
so that's
definitely.
why I'm like, oh man, you know, like I would like that's one of my goals would be to go out there and have our tent set up and
Right.
sell merch or whatever
Right,
it is
right.
we
I'm
do
sure
and
you
shit,
can
man.
do it.
You
I
know, yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it's sports, bro. Like I said, no falta maybe that one knucklehead that might, but
yeah,
it's not too bad. I mean, it's very I wouldn't say very calm, but I would say it's more calm now.
yeah.
But yeah, man, like I said, I didn't have too many issues out
Yeah,
there.
that's dope. And why Fresno? Again, we're going back to
Um
that question. Because
so
this is
oh
from you're
yes,
not doing music no more right now at
right.
this time, right?
Right.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
this time I'm like
yeah.
chilling. I just moved out there,
Between 2010 to 2020, basically this 10-year
Yeah, so
period of
basically
yeah.
that period. So I was still working and getting out of high school, and then I
Mhm.
graduated from high school. I stayed here for a little bit, and then I moved that way back
Oh,
in
okay.
like 20.
Yeah,
I want to say 2012, 2013.
yeah.
I moved up north.
Is it cheaper out there and shit, bro?
Very
Like
cheap.
bigger houses for less money type
Yes,
shit? Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
completely
yeah,
cheaper. The cost of living is a lot less than here in LA.
yeah.
I'm talking like, bro, you can get a 2 3 bedroom house over there for like $1,500,
Mm-hmm.
and that's cheap as fuck.
Yeah, I bet,
Like
yeah.
I'm talking a house with a 2 car garage, probably even a pool, front yard, backyard for like $1,500,
Yeah.
and it's like what bro, I pay like $2,000 here for a studio or something. It's like
Yeah,
that's
no, it's crazy,
crazy.
man. It is
Yeah,
crazy.
but
Like even living in Inglewood's expensive and shit,
definitely,
bro, you know?
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. But no, man. Basically, going back to your answer to the question, I had well, my mom had a friend of the family that she would visit all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and she knows her from back in Honduras. It's like I'll basically call her my tia.
Yeah.
So Tia Daisy. So basically, we would visit her, bro. We would visit her often, and my mom knew how cheap rent was over there, compared to over here,
Yeah.
because we would go and visit a lot. So eventually, she's like, "Oh, nos vamos a mover para Fresno, like to Hanford in this case, which is the
Mm-hmm.
little city I was at." And I was like, "Oh shit, okay." Like, well, I stayed back. In 2012, I stayed back because I was in college.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when I was a kid, I mentioned I lived there for like a year or two. I
Mm-hmm.
think it was for like a year. I was probably like in fourth grade, maybe, or fifth or so. And we went out there, and that's how I knew Hanford. That's the only reason I never knew that area. Like I'd
Yeah,
never
yeah.
been over there until my mom took me over there, and we started visiting, her friend, and basically that was it, bro. Like I would go visit, and then that's how I knew
That's
about
how
it.
you started
Yeah,
knowing about it and
right.
shit.
And
That
then
makes sense, dude,
eventually,
you know?
eventually I decided to be like, okay, you know what? Now it's my turn to move out there because shit started getting expensive over here. I was fresh out of high school,
Mm-hmm.
like trying to work and go to college. So it was like it was expensive. So I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can make the move over there too. And I decided to make the move over there, bro. And I
Oh, that's
stayed out
what's
there
up.
for a couple years actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You got bored and shit, though? Like, 'cause I would assume there's not a lot of stuff to do.
Right.
I imagine because I've driven from here to
Yeah.
Frisco,
Yeah.
right? So it's a lot of farmland, dude. You
Definitely.
get me?
Definitely.
Obviously, they have their towns and the
Right.
cities and shit, you
Right.
know? But like from here until you get to Frisco, there's really nothing and shit,
Yeah.
no? I mean,
Yeah.
Bakersfield's still something, but you
Bakersfield's
know?
cool, but
Yeah,
after
yeah.
that, bro, you pass McFarland and Delano and all that, it's dead. Like it's
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
but fields and
It
all
is,
that.
right? Yeah.
But I mean, it was definitely a culture shock. Like obviously, it was a lot different. Like the city was a lot faster, a lot bigger. There was always
Mm-hmm.
shit going on. And when it came down to being out there in Hanford, like I think the first like 2 years or three, I was back and forth. Like I couldn't find myself
Yeah.
living over there, and I would come back, and then fucking probably like months later, a year later, I'm like, you know what, fuck, I'm gonna go back, and then I would go back, and then come back again. So I came like 2 or 3 times until I was
Yeah,
like, all right,
yeah.
I'm staying here. Like,
Yeah.
so I stayed over there.
And I think you being like moving around a lot prepares you for stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Like people that don't move around, you become like very comfortable in your
Right,
zone,
right,
and it's hard for you to go somewhere,
definitely,
right? You're kind of like, man, like what if it doesn't work out? You think more,
definitely,
and I
definitely.
think you growing up, going to Mexico, and this helps
Yeah,
you kind of be like, fuck, I'll give
like
it a
fuck
try
it.
and shit,
Yeah, why
right? You
not?
know, if not, I'll come back. You know,
Right, right.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy. It's funny that you say that because my girl, she was actually like that at the time.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, oh no, like I don't know, like because her parents were very like like by the book, like
Yeah, yeah.
everything like strict.
Yeah, you
And
gotta have a
this is
job. You gotta do
this,
this. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right. So for her it was a little harder, obviously. But I mean, she kind of started like, I wouldn't say like kind of, how could I say it? She started to be more lenient, you know, once she saw that I would do stuff like at a like just like moments where I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, like, and then she'd be like, what? How you gonna do it? How you? All these other questions behind it, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out as I go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure it out. And then she's like, oh, all right, and I would figure shit out. And
Yeah.
then so she started seeing it, and she's like, okay, maybe that does work, you know, like why stay in that little box? Like,
Yeah.
jump outside the box, you know, like that way you can come back and lend the hand to somebody else later and be like, hey,
Yeah.
look, now you coming out the box with me, bro. Like, come on,
Yeah,
you know.
definitely.
But for her it was a little harder. Definitely took a bigger toll on her. Like you mentioned, like for me it was like I've been moving around since I was a little kid, bro. Like sometimes it was for various reasons. It was for my mom just, you know, maybe not having enough to pay the rent that month.
Yeah.
And it was like, fuck, we got to get out.
Yeah.
You know, like not a lot of people don't know this, but I didn't grow up rich. I mean,
Yeah.
I was wearing, like my song says, I was wearing clothes that belonged to my primo when I would
Yeah.
go to high school. Like I was sharing fits with my cousins,
Yeah.
probably getting some, you know, passed down shoes from them. And it's like, I really lived the struggle, bro. Like
Yeah. Same, dude. I've
you
been
know,
evicted and shit, all kinds
of
of shit,
course,
bro. You
hell
kidding
yeah,
me?
been through all
Yeah.
that shit, bro. Been through
Yeah.
all of it. So it was nothing new to me. It was just like, you know, oh, fuck it. My mama figured it out, so I can figure it out. You
Yeah.
know? Like she figured that shit out. I can too.
Yeah, definitely.
So it was that, bro. But it definitely took a big toll on her for sure. But
Yeah.
now she's worse than me. Now she'd be like, oh, let's do this, let's do that, or oh, you should do this, and I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, bet, let's do it.
Yeah.
So she backs me up a lot, bro. She backed me up a lot with the move back this way too,
All
because
right.
we were set over there. Like I said, we had our own little place, everything, bro. Like, you know, the kids were set. They all had their own room and everything. So it was good, you know. Obviously, right here is a little bit harder.
Yeah.
It's definitely a struggle, and it's a step by step, you know.
Yeah.
So, that being said, when we came this way, she really supported me a lot, bro. A lot. When I told her, hey, you know, I'm gonna plan on moving back to LA. I feel like I got a shot at this music thing. I feel like I want to go out there and make some shit happen because there ain't shit going on over here in Fresno.
Yeah.
At least for the music part, you know. Like, I mean, there's agricultural jobs and everything. You can
Yeah.
become a ranch owner, whatever you want to do, but that's not my life. Like,
Yeah.
I'm here to make some music and give the world a message through the music, you know. Like,
Yeah.
at least, you know, like if you read between the lines and listen to my music and actually pay attention to the lyrics, you understand the stories that I'm trying to tell between the lines. So,
Definitely.
you know, I'm just not your usual rapper that raps about fucking bitches and smoking weed. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll mention smoking weed because I mean, you know, it is what it is. But
Yeah.
you know, but I do have messages behind my songs, and if you read, you know, between the lines and
Yeah.
actually listen to those lyrics, you understand what I'm trying to tell you.
I feel you. Yeah, and trying to get back to your story right here, just give a couple of shout outs. What up, King Moses, OG man, Marsh Queen
Saludos,
Marlene,
saludos.
Speedy84. What's up? Raza, everybody, man. Wicked High. Appreciate y'all. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe and make sure you hit that like button, man. Let's get this shit popping, you know?
Sure.
2026, man. It's gonna be our year for sure.
Saludos, everybody tapping in.
And like getting back to your story, bro, like so your homie passed away, you're moving around, you're not doing music. What happened to the other group that was doing music of your other partners? Were they hitting you up like, hey, come through and shit, bro? We
So-
got this track, or that you
Right.
just like cut ties and shit, or
It was more like I never really cut ties with them. Like I said, I still talk to them till this day, bro. We still chop it up. My boy Smokey, I still hit him up here and there. Whenever he's out here in LA, he'll hit me up and let me know to pull up. So, you know, I still keep in contact with him. Another one that I keep in contact with is Chano, and then obviously pues todos los amigos from Mexico. We all have a little group chat on WhatsApp
yeah,
where we all, you know, fuck around and joke around and still keep in touch. At least, you know, the ones that are still here.
yeah, because most of them are still doing music too, no?
For the most part, yes. Like I said, the younger crowd, the younger kids, like the little brothers and stuff like that were watching us grow up and make music. Now they're making the music. So it's like basically like that's what they call it, el legado. Like, so it's basically the legacy of.
That's what
Mr.
legacy
Primo.
means in Spanish, legado.
El legado, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So
Yeah,
it's like the legacy of Mr. Primo. Basically, they're just following in his footsteps. So now it's all the younger kids that were in the barrio right there where we grew up. Now they're making music.
Yeah,
bro,
that's
and
dope,
now they're
dude.
part of Calabazo Records. So,
yeah, that's fire.
yeah.
So
But
then,
yeah.
like, you're coming back now to 2020, right? You're moving back to LA with your family, your girl and shit, and she hooks you up with a studio session and shit.
Yeah, bro.
You didn't know, or it was off the bat and
It
shit,
was,
or
no. So funny story. My my cousin actually got together with this producer named Casey the Sauce, right? And he's supposed to be a really good producer, you know, producing for these big artists or whatever. And my girl hit her up.
Casey the
guess.
Sauce.
Casey the Sauce, yeah. So my girl hit him up. My girl hit her up. He was like, "Yo, like I'm trying to, you know, book a session for Ibanzy, and I'm trying to get him in the studio and get back into music. So then she, we were able to, well, she was able to tap in with Casey the Sauce and then my cousin, and they booked a session for me, bro, for Father's Day. Like that was
Mm-hmm.
my gift. Like
Yeah, yeah,
she
yeah.
was like, "Oh, I booked a session for
That's
you," and
fire
I
and
was like,
shit.
"Oh shit!" So I drove my ass to LA because I was still living over there.
Uh-huh.
Because I was still living over there, and I drove my ass over here and got in the studio, bro, and just put it down. And I think that like she booked like 4 hours for me, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
And in those 4 hours, I recorded three songs basically.
All right. And this was you getting back.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
yeah,
I want to start doing music
right.
again and shit.
I was hungry for that shit. I went
Yeah.
in there and I told the dude, "Look, bro, we got an hour and a half. We chopped it out for 30 minutes, and let's do it. Like, let's get to work." And he was like, "All right, bet." And then yeah, bro, like he thought I was gonna take forever to just record that one, but I was like, "Bro, I'm ready. Like, I love this shit." I recorded three different songs that day, bro. I left what we call three different maquetas,
Mm-hmm.
basically like the rough drafts of three different songs. And then he was like, "What the fuck?" Like, he was like, "That's crazy." Like,
Yeah, yeah.
he's like, "You know your shit." And I was like, "Yeah,
Somebody
bro."
say, yo, my name is Ivan and I have the best dad, aka Ibanzy and shit.
It's Lil Pops right there. Shout out Lil Pops. That's my
Alisa,
son.
Alisen, 1, 2, 3.
Allison.
Losita.
That's
Oh,
my
Allison?
daughter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My bad. I suck at reading sometimes and shit, dude, you know?
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out to you, man, for sure.
Shout out to y'all, man. I got the best kids ever, even though they be acting up a little bit sometimes, but
Yeah,
I
that's
love them.
kids for
I
sure.
love
That's how they learn, man, you know?
them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then like, so you got your studio session 2020, you're kicking it back off and shit. At this time, you already knew that your other boys were still doing music and shit
Right.
too, and then they
Right.
were actually using it as a like a career in a way,
Right,
right?
right.
You know?
Yeah. So
So,
my boy
mhm.
Smokey actually, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
My boy Smokey, he actually became really big, bro. He went
Hmm.
to Peru, sold out twice in Peru.
Oh wow,
And like, I mean, a lot of people know him.
yeah.
A lot
He
of
sings like reggaeton or
no,
like
he's a rapper.
a
He's
rapper, Spanish rapper and shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
he hace como de todo un poquito igual también. He
Hmm.
does rap, canta. Like he was one of the first rappers in Mexico that was actually rapping and singing at the time.
Hmm.
Like nobody would really sing like him. Like everybody would just rap, rap, rap. And
Yeah, yeah.
él cantaba y rapeaba, bro. So tiene una canción que se llama El Anónimo.
Hmm.
Y con esa, con las morritas, se fue para arriba, bro.
Oh
Con
really?
esa
Yeah.
canción del Anónimo, like de ahí para allí,
Uh-huh.
bro.
That mean like the anonymous and
El
shit.
Anonymous, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, like, it talks about, like, a story of, like, writing a card. Like, yo soy el anónimo, like,
Uh-huh.
I'm just the anonymous card or whatever. Like,
Hmm.
so he blew up with that song, and then he just started making hits after hits after hits, bro. And he's an established artist when it comes to,
Yeah, yeah.
Mexican music and, or the Mexican rap scene.
And he's from Mazatlan.
Mhm,
Like he
yeah.
doesn't be out here. Like he lives in Mexico
Yeah, he
and
lives in
shit.
Mexico and then
Yeah.
was just traveling all over the place. But he's got
Yeah.
music with Secan, with Simple, with well, he's now signed by Santa Fe Clan.
Yeah, that's fire, no?
So he
Yeah, yeah.
continued, bro. He's the only one that actually continued and actually blew up out of everybody. Like he legit, like he was like, all right, bro, I'm chasing this shit, and he got it, bro. Like
Yeah, yeah.
shout out to him, man. I'm very proud of him, bro. Like
Oh, that's fire, dude. Yeah,
it
yeah,
feels
yeah.
really dope that
Yeah.
someone from that I grew up
What
with
you
is
grew
that
up with,
big.
bro, right? You know, it just
Yeah.
shows the possibilities
Yeah.
too and shit, man. You know,
Mhm.
and
Definitely,
just putting in the hard work and shit, you know,
Definitely.
like the hours, pues, you know.
Yes, sir.
And then so now you 2025 years ago, 6 years ago now, right?
Right.
You're getting back into the studio and all that. Like, how does that make you feel now, dude? You know, like,
Man.
because what after that studio session, you just started going full throttle or like
So
taking it slow here and there
kind
and
of
shit, you know?
yeah, kind of slow. It was like a little like kickstart to my that was
Mhm.
like, all right, I went to the studio, I got some maquetas done, and then I went back home and I was like, okay, trying to figure out how I'm gonna drop them, where I'm gonna drop them, who's gonna
Mhm.
produce them, like everything, So I'm like, all right, I'm trying to figure it out. And that's when I mentioned my boy back in Mexico. He
Mhm.
actually found me on the gram and he was like, yo, like, what's this, you, bro? And I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So he was like, hey man, like I believe in you. Let's make some music. Like, you're not doing music anymore. I'm like, yeah. I was like, I'm trying to get back into it, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't really got anybody out here, Like,
Yeah.
so I was like, obviously the funds are not right.
Sure,
Shit,
sure,
shit gets
yeah.
expensive.
Yeah,
like,
music's expensive, bro,
right,
for sure,
right. I was like,
man.
I'm a working man, bro. I'm trying to
Yeah.
feed the family. I'm trying to keep a roof over their head. Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to make everything juggle around. So he was like, nah, bro, I got you. Like, don't trip. And then he set me up to like buy a couple of stuff that I needed to record myself. And he was like, don't worry about nothing now. I was like, send me everything and I'm gonna record. I'm gonna basically mix
Like
and
mix
master,
and master
for you.
for you, yeah.
Right. So that's where it really started, bro. So
Mhm.
the song El Regreso, which is my first official drop when I came back into music, called El Regreso, was produced by my boy Verso and my boy Manny
Mhm.
back in Mazatlan. So
Oh, dope,
shout
dope.
out to them.
Yeah, yeah. So now you're in contact with them and everything and shit,
Definitely.
dude, no?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's dope, man. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's cool that they remember you too,
Yeah,
man, you know,
bro.
and they're kind of like, yeah, let's do some shit, you know?
Right, right, yeah. And then
Yeah.
that just like just real quick, I think that just shows like how important it is to leave your doors open how important it is to be like genuine and legit with people, because those people could have never hit me back up, bro, if I was that type of person,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like I just, and I say this because like I've dealt with a lot of shit right now that I've came back to LA. I'm trying to work with the music. There's a lot of fake motherfuckers. There's a lot of two-faced fools. A lot of like people that just try to get one over on you, you
Yeah.
know. And it's like, or they stop supporting you when it's no longer beneficial for them. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, bro, like, you know, now you're just trying to leech off of my shit, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, I, you know, referring back to that, I think that me being a genuine person and just being myself, bro, like really got me to keep these connections for over
Mm-hmm.
20 years. You know, like these are guys that I grew up with when I was a kid. So it's like they could have easily just mandarme la chingada, like, fuck
Yeah.
this fool, you know, like, but I'm just still
And you
that
guys are in the
genuine
same
guy.
age group, or they're a
Hmm.
little older than you,
Yeah,
or?
there's some that are a little, maybe a couple years older than us. There's some that are
Mm-hmm.
like a little bit younger, and then there's some that are my age. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, but a little bit of everything. But like I said, I kept it cool with everybody, bro. Like I'm just cool dude, you know. Like
Mm-hmm.
I make music, I have fun, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just try to be me, bro, at all times. I genuinely try to be a homie to people, bro, and just some people just really sometimes take advantage of it. But I mean, it is what it is. It's part of the game, you know. Like
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
it's
grimy game for sure, bro. Like
definitely,
if you're trying to do it with somebody else, it's
hmm
like you gotta have the right people on the right team, bro. Because
definitely
it's
the
just
right team.
yeah, like that's one thing
Hmm.
that I learned, and sometimes it's your own people, dude, that hold
For
you
sure.
back and shit, man. You know,
Yep.
yeah,
Definitely.
or try and get over and shit, bro. You know,
Yes, sir.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think like if to do it alone is difficult too.
Very
Like
difficult.
even if you have the funds, you know, like and the talent, like you still need like a movement and
Of
shit,
course,
bro.
of
You get
course.
me?
You
Yeah,
still
yeah,
need that support behind
yeah,
you
for
for
sure,
sure.
dude. You know?
Definitely. It's
Um,
hard carrying it all on your own, but
yeah, yeah.
sometimes you just gotta
And I
do
don't
it.
not I'm not speaking from an artist point of view too,
Right,
but
right.
just like from a music perspective, I guess. You
No,
know?
like
Yeah,
even you
yeah,
with your podcast, you know,
yeah.
like I'm sure like it takes time to build, bro.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah, for sure,
it's
man.
not one thing that comes overnight, you know, and I'm sure
Yeah,
there's a lot of hard work and dedication,
yeah.
sweat
And
and tears behind it.
behind the scenes too and shit,
Definitely.
man. You know?
Definitely.
Yeah. And then like, what inspires your music, bro?
Man, life situations, stories that I've heard from other people, stories that I've went through myself. Um, fuck, sometimes the randomest things inspire my music, bro. Like I can hear a sound and I'm like, huh, I like that sound.
Mm-hmm.
And it just triggers this idea in my head and it just goes from there. Sometimes my girl's talking or saying something and we're having a conversation and off of one word that she said, she inspires a whole fucking verse for me. And
Oh wow,
I'm like,
yeah,
hold
yeah.
on. I'm just like, and I started writing, like just messing around
With no beat, just
with
kind
no
of like
beat.
writing
Right. Just
some
getting
bars and
yeah,
shit.
getting
Yeah.
some ideas. And
Mm-hmm.
then once I get in the studio, then I actually be like, okay, look, with the producer, talk it down. Be like, hey, bro, look, I envisioned this. Can we try it like this? Can we do this? Can we do that? And then, I mean, yeah, that's how I inspire most of my music, bro. Just pretty much life, like
Yeah.
just life situations, everything. Like I said, everything plays a role. I mean, you know, life's a movie, bro. Life's a movie. There's always a different chapter in it. So,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, and then I mean, I can say life's a game too. It's always
Especially you like moving around and traveling, you see a
definitely
little bit more of life experiences and
right,
shit.
right.
No,
Yeah,
definitely, yeah.
definitely a lot of different stories from different
Mm.
people too. So,
And
um,
what do you like about making music, dude?
man, everything, bro. I love making music. The creative process, the process of starting the song, writing the song,
Mm.
in some cases, freestyling some verses. Like, I think just music in general, bro. I love music. Like, no me da hambre, no me da sueño. Look right here, I don't even feel sick right now, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm like, oh, I forgot I'm sick.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I
yeah.
love music, man. Like, I can't express it enough. Like, and I tell people, like, if you don't do music for the love of music, don't fucking do it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just not gonna sound right. You're not ever gonna reach your peak if you're not doing it for the love of music. You know,
Yeah,
like I'm a really big believer on that, bro. Like if you love something, just follow it and do it. And in this case, for me, it's my music, bro. Like music, man, like it saves me. It saved me from a lot. It saved me from a lot, bro. Like depression moments, suicidal moments, fucking anything,
yeah, yeah,
anything you
yeah.
could think of. It saved me from a lot, definitely, bro. Just getting that pen and putting it out down on the paper, just kind of you know, express yourself a little bit, and I think it helps.
No,
So
yeah, yeah.
I love
No,
everything about
that makes
music.
sense, dude, for sure, man. You know. And what do you dislike about music? You know, because not everything is like perfect and shit.
Right,
You know.
right.
What up, Lito Nero, man? It's been a long time, bro. Thanks for tapping in, G.
Sir, saludos, saludos. Man,
Mm-hmm.
what I hate about music or the creative process is lagging motherfuckers, bro. I hate motherfuckers that just waste your time in the studio. You
Mm-hmm.
just bullshitting, getting drunk, coked out, getting high. And it's like, bro, we here to work.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
one thing I hate, and I'm sorry if I offend y'all, but man, like I hate people that are not on your same timing, bro. That they don't want to follow the vision like you do. You know, like you got a vision, and but they're to them they just half-ass it. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like to me, I think that's one of my biggest pet peeves, bro. I hate wasting someone's time, and I would hate for someone to waste mine. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like I think one thing I hate about the music in this case would be that like just situations where I've came across dudes that have been lagging or just not serious in the studio, um, or just just being fake, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
really, yeah.
No, I can see that, dude. Yeah, happy holidays, Lintonero, man. Happy New Year to
Mm-hmm.
everybody on here, man. Appreciate y'all, kicking it
For
off with
sure.
us and shit. Um, but not, yeah, definitely. And I feel like a lot of times, bro, like I was just having this conversation with somebody before, like
Yeah.
when people spend their own money,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you go like I've seen this personally, bro. When people spend their own money, they'll go to the studio and they knock it down. Like,
Right.
oh,
They're
I have
locked
my
in.
plan and boom, I'm gonna,
They're locked
I'm
in.
focused and shit.
Yeah.
And then like when people are like when you're paying for something, like when it's somebody else's money,
Mm-hmm.
people kind of like go in there and it's like a vibe and shit,
Right.
and then
Right. It's
like
a party
yeah,
all of
it's
a
a party and shit,
sudden.
bro. So
Yeah.
I did notice the difference. Like I'm actually known for being a stickler, bro, with
Uh,
time.
yeah. Yeah.
Like
For
I'll be
sure.
right there and be like, "Hey, throw that beat on, bro. All
Yup.
right, hey, who's gonna hop on the
Yup.
first? You get
Hell
me?"
yeah. Of
And run it
course.
like a machine
Of
and shit,
course.
bro.
Of course.
Because to me, it's like, hey, look, like how you did 4 hours and you got 3 songs. To me, that's ideal, bro.
Hell yeah.
Like you should be able to do a song an hour,
Right. Right.
right? When you come ready.
At
You
least
get
lay it
me?
down
Yeah,
and come
yeah.
back to it.
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But in 4 hours, you should be able to do two bangers, I
Yeah.
think.
Complete.
Yeah. And
Hell
if you
yeah.
only did one song in 4 hours, it's gotta be the dopest fucking
Yeah.
song.
It better be a
Because
nice
otherwise
hit.
you're just in there lagging it, no? And I
Exactly.
get the creative block, like blocking process, like, writer's block
Right.
or
Right.
something. But then that's why you're like, yeah, I gotta come back, bro. Like
Yeah.
I can't do it today and shit. You get me?
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And even then, bro, like you can still fight through it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've had to do it myself, bro. Where sometimes it's just like you said, the creative process is not there, and it's like
Yeah.
it's blocked off. Any ideas that I try to come up with, I'm just like, damn, damn, damn. But it's like you gotta try to figure out how to get past that little blockage and figure out what helps you get past that little blockage, bro, so that you're able to keep creating, because like you said, bro, there's people out there making 3-4 bangers
Yeah.
a day, like they're making
Yeah.
bangers, and I'm like, I gotta keep up. Like
Yeah.
there's hundreds of thousands of people out there every day dropping a song, bro. So it's like if you're stuck on your my writer's blockage, and when are you gonna create that next
Yeah.
banger,
And I always think of it as a way like if you're an artist and what if this was your opportunity? What if like the biggest artist that can make you blow up, bro, walks in and he's like, "Hey, I need a verse." Like, what are you gonna do and shit? You get
Bro,
me? Yeah, yeah.
it's funny that
You
you
know?
say that because I said those exact words to one of the dudes one time, bro. I
Uh-huh.
told him, bro, so you're telling me that if Carol G's producer, if Nicky Jam's producer, if Nicky Jam himself walks in and tells you write a
Hmm.
verse, you can't write it? I was like, how the fuck are you a musician?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta that should be more than an
Yeah,
inspiration, right?
yeah.
That's
On any beat they got. You get me?
anything, bro. You
Yeah,
want me to do
yeah,
some
yeah.
salsa? I'll do some salsa. I don't care.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we gonna get a track that day.
Yeah.
Like, there's bro, that's like you said, it's an opportunity. Opportunities, they don't come and go. They
Yeah,
come
yeah.
and they don't never come back, bro. Like for the most part, like you're lucky if you get a second chance and
Yeah, yeah.
to be able to work with a producer of that level, like like you're
Yeah.
mentioning. So I think that yeah, bro, definitely the creative process or like the blockage needs to. I think it's something that we are as artists need to work on
Yeah.
getting past it, figuring out what helps us get
Yeah.
past it,
And
so
then
that
artists do take breaks, right? Like even
for
the big
sure,
artists, no,
of
like they go
course,
on tour and then they take
right,
like 2 months off and
right,
shit,
right,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
of
can make
course,
because it is exhausting, I would think,
definitely,
dude. Like
definitely,
being in there and all
yeah,
that.
and that's what I mean when I say like find what works for you. Like if it means okay, you got to take that week off, but next week you're coming back and you're killing shit,
Yeah,
take that week off.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine, but
yeah,
come back and kill it after that week.
yeah, 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 for
Like
sure.
get on it, like or
Hmm.
like if it takes like oh you know what oh, I'm a writer. I gotta smoke some weed too. Okay, go smoke some weed, bro, but get that shit done.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like don't go smoke weed and then you just sit in the studio like,
Yeah, no, I've seen people
come
do
on,
that
bro.
too.
Like,
Like
you
get
know,
high and then they're like,
that's it.
"Oh, I can't rap and shit. I'm too high." It's
Right,
just like, then
right.
why'd you do that?
Yeah. So it's
You
like
know,
figure
why'd you
out
get too drunk, dude? You
exactly.
know? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a job, dude. And at the
Right.
end of the
It's a
day, you know,
career.
like we here because we trying to get paid. No, like we
Exacto.
want to make a banger and get paid, dude. You
Right,
know.
right. Of course, bro.
So what do you hope to achieve with making music, bro? Like, what's your end goal and shit, dude? You know?
Man. So
Because not
I
everybody wants to be famous.
right,
No,
right,
not
of
everybody
course.
wants to be rich and shit. You
Yeah.
know.
So honestly, bro,
I mean,
like
that's a lie. Everybody want to be rich. If you meet somebody that says I don't want to be rich, they lying and shit.
man, honestly, for me, I think like I mentioned before, bro, I love music. As long as I can relate a message to people, if I can save some people with my music, if I can inspire some people with my music, whatever it is the case is, as long as I'm able to do anything like that with my music, bro, that'd be amazing. I do receive a couple messages here and there where people be like, "Yo, like like this verse really helped me," or "Bro, like this and that," and like giving me props, and it feels good, so that actually helps you
Yeah,
keep pushing, and it shows you that it's just not you following that dream; it's everybody else behind you following it with you.
yeah.
So it's like, si me quedo mal a mí, le quedo mal a todos.
I feel you
So
and
it's
shit.
like
So
it's
you're just trying to inspire
so
somebody in a
yeah,
way
so it's like
sometimes or something,
basically,
no?
and
Yeah,
it's like I've always told people, like my answer to like what I want from music is whatever God got for me, bro.
yeah,
Like if God wants me to blow up and be the biggest shit around LA, cool.
yeah.
And
It
if
must suck though, because then you won't be able to do shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
like you can't go to
man.
Target. I mean, not
Right.
that anybody wants to go to Target. I actually enjoy walking the store and shit like that. You know,
Yeah.
um, like I enjoy being out. You get
Right,
me?
right.
I'm a homebody. Don't get me wrong, but when I go somewhere, like I enjoy like being there.
Yeah,
Like you
freeness.
get
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, bro.
Um,
Definitely.
so I think that'll suck. Like actually, we had a tailgate. It was funny. A tailgate this weekend, and two people recognized me from the podcast
Oh
now,
shit.
which it brought a smile to my face,
Right, of
bro. Cause to
course.
me, it's just me, bro.
Hell
You get me?
yeah. Hell
Like
yeah.
just some young kid from Inglewood and
Right,
shit, bro. You
right.
get me? I still feel like I'm a young kid. Why you always say young kid? Cause I feel
It's
like
like I'm
that,
a
dude. You get
chavorruco,
me?
bro.
You
Chill.
get me?
I'm chilling.
But yeah, two people walked up and was like, "Oh, you Smurf and shit," you know. And
That's
then
what's
I was
up,
like,
bro.
one fool was like, "Oh, you Tony and shit," you know. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, what's up, man?" You know. And one of
That's
them wanted to
dope.
take a flick and shit,
That's
you know.
fucking sick,
So I
bro.
thought like, "Oh, that's dope. People are
Hell
actually
yeah.
watching us and
Fuck
enjoying the
yeah.
content, bro.
Hell
You know,
yeah.
and rocking with us and shit,
Yeah.
you know."
Hell yeah.
And they see the tent, you know, because we have our tent, but it has like the six block and the
Right,
West
right.
Factory on
Yeah,
it, you know.
yeah.
We're like the only hood tent at the tailgate, bro. Like it has the West Side hand, it has a blue flame all
Right,
over it,
right.
shit, you know.
All
So
thugged
it
out.
stands out. It's all thugged out, dude, you
Yeah.
know. And we're right there this weekend. Actually, we were there with the Rams game. Shout out to my partner Silent, bro. He wants to start a restaurant, so
Okay.
I told the homie, look, bro, like instead of like wasting money, like not wasting money, but instead of investing too much and getting a restaurant
Right.
going, I was like, I have these tailgate passes, bro, you
Hell
know.
yeah.
I was like, let's pull up and you can sell food right there. And G,
Right,
you know, we
right.
could do some tacos or something
Yeah.
and then start off like that, like a
Right.
kind of like a pop up and
Of
shit, you
course, of
know?
course. Then it let it
So
blow
this
up.
time we had tacos and we had the shout out to Sweet Life, the micheladas
Ooh,
on deck, dude. And
that's what's
hey,
up.
people pull up, bro, and they were buying micheladas. Like this is
Yeah.
not the first time we saw micheladas,
Right,
but
right.
the first time we saw tacos and shit.
Oh
And
shit.
people were pulling up like, if
Hell
I'll
yeah.
take, two tacos,
Of
four
course.
tacos. Like,
There
and
you
so it
go.
went good, dude, you know?
Yeah.
And I told the homie, yeah, we could do it like any game, do something different and see what que pega, and then build the
Figure
business
out.
off of that and shit, bro.
Figure
So
out which is the
so
one.
stay tuned, man, because your boy Smurf's gonna be in the food business
Sheesh.
soon and shit,
There
man.
you
You know,
go, man. Hey,
and that's the
well,
thing. I'm always working opportunities,
of
bro. You
course, of
know,
course.
but going back to what I said, it does feel good that people actually get inspired by the
Right,
podcast, bro, and
right.
then they recognize us for putting that out and shit,
Hell
dude. So I
yeah.
thought that was dope and
That's
shit, you
dope
know.
as fuck,
But I
bro.
found it weird.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
felt weird
You were
too
like,
though,
oh
because I felt
shit.
weird like fool like take a picture with me. I'm just
Yeah,
like you get
yeah.
me. I'm just like
You're like, I'm just
I'm just right
chilling.
here. You know, I was actually drinking and my daughter was right there, and
That's what's
yeah, we
up.
were getting ready to go into the game and shit, dude.
That's
But
dope.
and we're there at the tailgate every game, dude.
Hell
You know,
yeah.
it's a
That's
trip and
dope,
shit, dude. You
man.
know,
Shit.
but yeah, it is
Well,
a trip. So that's what I was gonna say. I don't know, being famous, like you couldn't do those type of things because
right.
you'll
I'm
just draw the
sure.
crowd all the time.
Yeah, I'm
No,
sure
yeah,
once it
yeah,
gets that big, yeah. But nah, man, like I said, I mean, I just want as much as God's got for me, bro. I don't ask for more. I don't ask for less. Like, I always tell him every day that I wake up and every time I go to sleep, like, if you want me to blow up and you want me to be this, then that's what I'm gonna be. And if you want me to be just the little rapper from the city, that's what I'm gonna be. And if you want me
yeah.
to be whatever it is, like, that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Do you feel like there's an age cap in being a music artist?
honestly,
Like right now,
I
in rap and hip hop, it's a lot of young kids, no?
right, right,
And I don't want to say kids, but
mhm,
a lot of youngsters banging and all that shit,
right,
showing
right.
their guns and
Yeah,
shit. No,
yeah.
right? Yeah, yeah,
I honestly think like I don't think there's an age gap to be making music. I just feel like as long as you make good music, bro, people are gonna listen to it. You
I
know,
agree and shit.
regardless if
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
30 years old, regardless if you're 18 years old, you know, you might be a young head. People
Mm-hmm.
don't really fuck with the whole new generation right now. But it's like
Yeah,
if they make dope music, they make dope music. You
yeah,
know, and if the old head makes dope music, he makes dope music. I mean,
yeah,
you can't knock him on that. So
yeah, yeah.
I just
Definitely.
feel like music has no barriers, bro. No age limit. No,
Yeah,
you know, it goes cross countries. I mean,
yeah.
I think there's music for
No, I
everybody.
agree with you too. I don't think there is an age limit. I think there's audience for any type of
Of
music for
course,
sure.
of course,
And a supported group for certain type of artists too and
definitely,
shit, dude, you know?
definitely.
Um I honestly think it has a lot to do with not just doing dope music, but your charisma
Of course,
after, right?
definitely.
Like how do you communicate with people
Right,
and shit? Like
right.
how are you on your social media promoting
Mm-hmm.
yourself? No, like
Mm-hmm.
I
How do
feel
you?
like you can have the best music ever, bro, and if you can't talk to people,
Yeah.
you're not doing nothing with
Right.
it, and shit, bro.
Right.
You get me? Like yeah,
Definitely.
like I think charisma has a lot to do with it, like
Most
your
definitely.
energy, no? Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Yes.
That's why I don't know if you look at some of the artists. I won't say names, but some of them they're not to my liking, bro. They're
Right.
not like music I bump in my
Right.
car,
Right.
but they're some of the biggest artists right now
Yeah.
and shit. You get me?
Yeah.
But when you look at I know them more for personality than I
Mm-hmm.
know them for their music.
Right.
Like sometimes I see some of these artists and I just be like, I don't think I've heard one track from them, but they're
They're cool guy.
entertaining and
Right.
shit. You
Right.
get me?
Yeah.
Like yeah,
It gets you
their
intrigued.
energy is good. They're
Right.
either funny,
Mm-hmm.
right, or they talk a lot of shit where it's
Yeah.
just like, damn, who's this fool talking shit about now, right?
Right.
You get me? They're entertainments and shit. Now they're
Definitely.
entertainers. That's I guess that's what I was trying to say with charisma. Like I meant to say like you have to also be an entertainer in a way, right?
Definitely.
And it doesn't mean you have to be a clown and all that, no. But
Right.
it
Right.
just
Of
has to.
course.
You have to have character and shit,
Yeah.
bro,
Of
right?
course. Yep.
Like it's like you're a brand
Right.
that has to sell yourself and shit,
Definitely.
right? You know,
Definitely.
you're like a product, and
Mm-hmm.
it sucks to say it that way, but that's really what you are
It's
and
true though.
shit, right?
Yeah.
And you have to market yourself as a
Of course.
product and
Of
shit,
course.
no? Yeah, yeah. And your music is just what you do. Like that,
Definitely.
my music. Oh yeah, I do music and shit. And then
Right.
this is fire. Oh, now people are like, damn, Ibanzy is dope, but
Right.
his music is fire, right?
Right.
And
Right.
then
Yeah.
you'll get
Yeah.
those type of things, no?
Definitely.
And if
Bro.
you notice, and I don't speak like for everybody, but my perspective is, right now when I see artists,
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to see kind of like, um, oh yeah, this was popping and shit, but it's kind of like people like him because of this though. Like
Right.
it's
Right.
not because he has a dope ass rap and shit, dude. You get me? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because I know a lot of dope ass rappers. Like shout out to the homie Knockout, you know, and he's not super famous, and he's been putting out tracks like crazy and
Dope.
shit, you
Dope.
know.
Hell yeah.
But again, like certain people don't fuck with it and shit, you
Right.
know.
Right.
I think you know because
Yeah.
otherwise he would be popping and shit.
Right.
You get
Right.
me? Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
to me, his talent is like second to none, bro. You know?
Sick,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
That's dope. Shit, we're gonna have to link them up sometime,
yeah,
man. Get
yeah.
in the
Nah, for
studio then.
sure. Yeah, no age as long as reaches an audience. Yeah, definitely for
That's
sure.
it,
You
bro.
know?
That's like you said, and definitely like a lot of the charisma, the way the way you act with people, the way
Yeah,
you genuinely interact with social media and stuff like that. I think that plays a big role.
yeah,
Even in person, bro. Like, if you meet someone and you're an asshole, they're not gonna follow you.
yeah. They're
They're
not
not
gonna follow
gonna,
you. They'll be like,
you
"F
know,
this dude,"
yeah.
huh?
If you think your
Yeah,
shit don't stink, because I mean, I've met a lot of dudes like that, bro.
yeah,
That just because they got a little bit more numbers on you, it's like, bro, man, fuck the numbers. Like, let's get in
yeah,
the studio, then we can really talk.
yeah, yeah. For
We
real.
see who go bar for bar, like what's
Yeah,
up. But it's like there's some dudes like like they don't have that, like you said, no tienen ese carisma para hablar con la gente, bro.
yeah,
And
for
it
sure.
doesn't help them. They might have numbers, they might have this, maybe dope music, but for what?
Yeah.
You're a shitty person.
Yeah.
So
And the reason I think like I agree too, like she's Lisa say, yeah, no age, as long as you reach a thing audience. Like right now, look at what's coming back. Like a lot of this music right now, people feel that it sucks. Like
mhm.
this young music
Right.
that the old guys like this guy, Mr. Shadow. You know Mr.
Yeah,
Shadow,
of
no?
course, Mr. Shadow.
His
Yeah, yeah.
album is called I'm Done, Bring It Back. And
Right.
he's referring to music and shit,
Right.
bro, you know?
Right.
And shout out to Mr. Shadow, dude. He
Shout
just
out
did a
Mr.
dope
Shadow.
ass song with Ice Cube and Cocaine, bro, you know?
That's right. That's right.
Certified G's and shit.
Yes,
Fire.
sir.
Um, But like, there's a lot of that going on right now, where like some of the old school homies or rappers or artists
Right.
are coming back and being like, "This shit ain't music." You get me? Because of course they have their own style,
Of course, of
right?
course.
That's why, you know.
Right.
But look at Ice Cube still popping and
Yeah.
shit, right?
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg is fucking
Hell
killing
yeah.
it and
Hell
shit, bro. You
yeah.
get me? Like
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg is probably older than me, you know. He's probably like
Yeah.
50 something. He
Yeah,
still
he's an
see
old
walking
head.
on the stage and shit,
Definitely.
dude.
He's still out there jamming,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
dancing and doing his thing, bro. So I
No,
mean,
definitely. And you see a lot of the return of a lot of the I wouldn't say old school artists, but the artists from our
right,
generation are
right.
like making a good comeback right now, you
Definitely,
know, because
definitely.
people still rock with that
Hell
music
yeah.
and shit, you know?
It's just esa es la mata de la música, bro. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where where it all that's the foundation of hip
Yeah,
hop,
yeah,
of at
definitely.
least the United States, music culture. So
Yeah, definitely.
it's those are the pioneers right there.
And what kind of music do you listen? Like, what artists inspire you, dude? That you bump, like, that are like, man, these fools I'm rocking with these cats and shit, you know?
Damn. Man, honestly, one of my biggest inspirations has been Tego Calderon and Arcangel, bro. I love the way Arcangel raps.
I
I
haven't
love
heard of them and shit.
Arcangel.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sure you
I
have.
haven't listened to Spanish music, dude.
Oh,
I
okay,
hardly
okay,
listen to
okay.
Spanish music, and if I do, it's Los Bukis and
Oh
shit.
shit.
You get
Okay.
me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cause I
Yep.
have songs that I like that are on my
Right.
playlist,
Right.
but it's rare that I'll find something new. You
Right.
get me? Unless somebody's like Moko. Shout out to Moko,
Shout
man.
out
Moko
Moco,
said too
man.
for plugging this
Yes,
together.
sir.
Like he
Hell
shot me
yeah.
you, right?
Yeah.
And then that's when I start checking out your music. I'm like, oh, this
Right.
shit's fire, bro.
Right.
Other
Right.
than that, I would not have heard
Never
of you
even
and
known who the
shit, bro.
fuck
You
I
get me?
was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Shout out Moco, man. He
Yeah.
tapped me up last week and then he plugged me up with my boy right here. So now we
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
man. Shout out Moco Tattoo.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, who do you? Oh, so
I
Arcangel, like Archangel and shit
yes, his
from
name
like the X. Remember that fool? Was dope, dude.
from
Yeah.
yeah, no. So this was a reggaetonero.
Uh-huh.
He's Arcángel. He's fuck, one of the biggest artists that I know in
Oh,
reggaeton.
yeah, yeah.
Tego Calderon, Nicky Jam. Those were like a lot of inspiration for me because going back to me making rap music,
The West Side
they
Speakeasy. That's Moco and
yeah, what
shit.
saludo
My bad,
Moco.
but
Nah, yeah. So
mm,
basically, for the music, for the reggaeton side, yeah, I got inspired a lot from Arcángel, Nicky
mhm.
Jam, Tego Calderon. I mean, there's plenty of guys that I listen, but those are like the main ones where I'm like
Mhm.
I grew up listening to them for sure. Tego
Yeah, yeah.
Calde, Arcángel. I remember I was like maybe 13, 14 years old going to play with my Theo's team, bro, with the old heads. They're like 30, 40 years old, and I was like 13, 14 years old trying to play with their soccer
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
And me and my cousin aprovechábamos because my tío would pull up, we'll go practice with his team, and then we'll going back home, he would kick it with his homies at the gas station, drinking and shit in the lot.
Mhm.
So me and my primo were in the car bumping music, just chilling, listening to Tego Calde, Nicky Jam, all that stuff, bro.
Mhm.
So we loved it. We were out,
Yeah,
late,
yeah.
on a school night, we're chilling. Late waiting for the Theos to stop drinking, and then we were over here doing our thing,
Yeah,
listening
yeah,
to
yeah.
music. So a lot of the music that I listened to Tego Calderon was with my primo, my primo Alex. Shout out my primo
All right,
Alex.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
That fool's hood
man.
with it, man.
Yeah,
You
see,
know?
so he
Does
fucking
Tego Calderon still make music right now?
I think I
Because I
haven't
just saw somebody else that was making music that was from back in the days.
I
My wife's a big reggaeton person.
okay,
Well,
okay.
was. Now she bumps a lot of Christian
Right,
music
right.
and shit,
Okay,
you know?
dope, dope.
But she used to be all into the house parties and
Shit.
the reggaeton. Like
Right,
when
right.
we were dating at a young age, like that's what she would be bumping in her car and shit,
Dope,
bro. Burnt
dope.
CDs and shit, you
Right,
know?
right. Yeah, yeah,
What
for
y'all know
sure.
about burnt
Shit,
CDs,
what y'all know
man?
about that
Yeah.
LimeWire?
Oh, the
That's where
LimeWire, yeah.
everybody used to
For
burn the
real.
CDs, bro.
My wife showed me a picture the other day, and she had a computer. I grew up poor. I didn't have no computer,
Right,
bro. You
right.
know, but she had a computer, and this is like I'm dating. Like maybe I'm 18, dude. Maybe 19, maybe.
Right,
You know,
right.
she's 18,
Yeah.
and I would stay at her house and shit. But she had a computer, like old ones, like the ones with the back.
Big
You
old
know?
square
Yeah,
ones. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm sitting on the computer, and she has a picture of me and shit. You know? And I was just thinking, like, what can the fucking have been doing in the computer? Cause like I didn't even know how to use that shit at
Yeah.
that time and shit, you know?
Uh-huh.
So I'm thinking like I must have been burning fucking music on
Some
LimeWire and
yeah,
shit,
some
dude, you know?
LimeWire. Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
bro.
That shit was fire, huh?
That was the
Napster and
shit,
shit, you know?
man. That was the shit
Yeah.
back then, the LimeWire.
Yeah, for real.
That's crazy.
Now you
Man,
don't have to. It's crazy how music became so accessible now, huh?
definitely, bro.
Right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
shit, you can get on YouTube, get on Spotify, and it's all there. Like, you don't got to go how we had to do it, back in the days, burn the CDs and try to, because everything was, getting sold and
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
was expensive. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
A CD run you like
yeah,
30 some dollars
hell yeah.
and
It's
shit,
like
man.
I'd rather go to
I
my
want to
primo's
support the
house.
artist, but shit, bro, I gotta eat, you know?
Right, right. So I gotta support my family too.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like it gets hard. But man, real quick, I know I mentioned I had a funny story with that reggaeton stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So right now that I went back to talking about my primo Alex, I have a funny story that involves him with that reggaeton. So basically, there was a time when they were first doing those first 96.3 was doing the I forgot what is it called? It was like reggaeton it wasn't Cali Bash. It was before that, but it was like a reggaeton fest, right?
Uh-huh.
So they would do like reggaeton and hip hop fest. They had like Snoop Dogg, they had Rakim and Y, they had a bunch of artists, right? And I remember we pulled up and I wanted to go, but I'm still middle school,
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm in middle school. My primo's already in high school, so he's a little older. That's my primo Alex.
Yeah, yeah.
And this fool fucking we buy some tickets off some lady outside the door, right? Because I'm trying to get a ticket from you. So my mom was like, okay, we'll get you a ticket. And we got like two tickets outside. Some lady was setting them or something like that. I can't remember exactly. I was like fuck 13 or 14 or
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. And so we went to the concert. It was right there in the forum. My ticket was a VIP ticket, bro. I didn't even know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This motherfucker took my ticket, was backstage with Rakim White and everybody,
Oh
bro.
shit, yeah,
I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
what? I was like, damn, man. I was
Yeah,
like, that
yeah.
fool did me dirty.
Damn, your cousin and shit, he was living it
Yeah.
up and shit,
He
dude.
was like, hey, bro, your ticket was a backstage. Motherfucker was big chilling with Rakim White, Tego
Yeah, yeah.
Calderon, Alexis y Fido, and everybody, bro. And I'm like, bro, that was my ticket.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
yeah.
didn't know. I was a kid, So
Oh, that's a
yeah,
trip,
but
man.
yeah,
You
shout out
know?
my primo, man. He took my backstage
You
pass
took your
that
backstage
day.
pass at a young age too. That shit would have meant a
Yeah.
lot
I
too,
was like,
man,
bro,
you
that's
know?
crazy. That would
Yeah,
inspire me a
yeah.
lot more, I think,
The homies like
but
I was downloading 10 songs and putting them on the iPod and shit. Yeah, the iPod was a little thing,
oh,
huh?
the little
They had
fucking
the
little big
iPad
old
minis and nanos
yeah.
and shit, no? También? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little older when that came out
I
too and
remember
shit,
those
though.
were those small ones, right? The one they
Yeah,
just had the play button
with the
and shit.
auxiliary.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it was a
yeah.
little small square. I
And I
remember
think you
that.
would rotate it to change the song or
Right,
something, right? Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember
that's a
those.
trip, man. You know, I
Yeah.
still have an iPod mini, the ones that look like the phone,
Oh no shit.
because my daughter, she wanted a phone so bad when she was young. So I got her that because it looked like a phone. And you
Right,
can use
right.
it as a phone with Wi-Fi and
Yeah.
shit. But it's a touchscreen iPod, little like small one and
Little
shit,
small
dude,
one.
you
That's
know?
dope, bro.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. It
tight.
still works too. I was like, man, I'm gonna just hold on to it and shit,
Hell
dude, you
yeah.
know?
That's
Yeah.
what's up. That's memories right there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
That's
But
dope.
now, yeah, dude. So, what you got any new music coming out now that you're
Yeah,
working on and shit, or like?
definitely. I got a lot of new music coming up this 2026. I'm actually gonna be dropping my first corrido within the next month or two.
And the
Right,
actual corrido with
actual,
like músicos and
yeah,
shit, yeah.
yeah, legit corrido.
Damn.
Saludo a mi compita Taru. He's on the collaboration on this one. So yeah, I actually wrote this corrido, and it's a surprise, but my boy actually hopped on that track with me,
Hmm.
and I was like, yeah, bro, let's do it. And yeah, so I can't say too much about it because obviously it's a surprise for someone,
Yeah.
and I don't want them to know about it until it's out. But
Yeah. Dope. Dope. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, a little backstory. It's a little corrido that I got coming up, primer corrido. So I
It's your
hope.
first thought, like first attempt at trying this type of music too, or
Like I said, I mentioned I grew up with it. I back in
yeah.
high school, I actually would mess around with my compas, my boy
Hmm.
Arave, my boy Eduardo, everybody out there. We would fuck around in high school, and we
Yeah.
we were the group that we're the Paisita group. We're the ones that my buddy, he had the math book, bro, and he had the drumsticks. He was fucking around playing the drums.
Oh, like making beats and
Yeah,
shit.
he
Yeah.
was the one on the drums, and then I had other camaradas that do guitars or like
Hmm.
trumpets and shit like that. So we would just mess around, bro. In high school, we were the ones that people, they would come up to us and we were singing, putting on a show. I would try to sing corridos. My boy would try to sing corridos. So I've sang them before. I never ever wrote one myself. I've never officially got into like on a track as a corrido until now.
Hmm.
And I feel now that I have a little bit more of the knowledge of the music, I can understand it a little more. But yeah, man, I finally decided to write my first corrido, and it's for one of my boys. But yeah,
No, that's fire and shit, dude. Is a
yeah.
dedication for one of your boys, you say?
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
a
Cool.
little something, little storyline. But
Yeah. Yeah. What else
yeah,
you got coming out and shit?
I got that corrido coming up. I have another track called Algo Scooby Doo, which is a reggaeton track that I'm working on. That was actually supposed to be dropped last month, but I had technical issues. I basically lost access to everything I had on my phone.
Oh man.
I actually had to switch numbers and everything, bro. So yeah, that's why a couple I think like last week or so, I posted a story that I no longer had my number, and if anybody needed to contact me to hit me up.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That's a
yeah, I
trip.
lost all that, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm
You know that there's a it's crazy you say that because that happened to us a couple months ago where luckily it's only one song,
mhm.
but basically I was working with this engineer and shit, bro, and that fool disappeared, bro.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, and not he worked at a studio, at a known
Right.
studio and
Right,
shit
right.
too.
Yeah.
And I won't put him on the spot because the other fool's a homie and shit,
Right, right.
And he just straight up told me, he was like, "Hey, if I don't have none of those songs, everybody's looking for this engineer." He took out like people had albums with him, bro,
What?
that they were like working on and shit.
Damn, that's
All these
crazy.
songs and shit, bro. And that fool took the laptop that it was his laptop,
Right,
so
right. Everything
everything
was
was
there.
on there and shit. And he took it. So I had one song that I needed to change something on, but they didn't have the
That's
files no more because he
damn.
mastered it wrong and shit.
Right, right.
So I was just like, oh man, dude.
Damn, that sucks, bro.
One of the cool deals he had was that you would go, he would mix and semi like master it. Good.
Right.
You would leave with a file ready
Yeah.
to upload
Right.
from that session,
Dope.
basically, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like $40 an hour, and he was mixing, mastering on the spot and
Shit.
shit.
That's sick.
Yeah, yeah, it is
That's
dope, no?
cool.
Yeah.
That's dope, bro. But
And obviously,
damn.
it's not like the best shit,
Right,
no,
right,
because he
of
was
course.
doing it on the spot and all
Right.
that, but it was good
Yeah.
quality, bro.
That's all that
Yeah,
matters,
yeah.
bro. As long as
And
it's good
unfortunately, I
quality.
don't know. Hopefully, he's all right, man. And everything, because I guess nobody knows where he's at, and he
Oh
ended up
shit.
just disappearing and shit, bro. And
Damn.
with everybody's shit.
Fuck. Well, man. Hopefully,
Yeah,
hopefully he didn't just take off to take off. But I mean, if
yeah.
something happens, bro,
And I say that
blessings,
now
man. And
because it's better for everybody to, when you're an artist, and especially if you're up and coming, take a drive, bro, and then have them put all the stems
yup,
on your drive, bro, so
yup.
that you keep all your master files, you keep all your
Mm-hmm.
stems and
Yup.
shit. So if you ever need to go to another studio, you have all your stems with you.
Oh,
You don't have to worry
hell
about
yeah.
somebody sending them or emailing them or fools running
Definitely.
away and shit,
Yeah.
or like just shit getting lost, bro. You get me?
Definitely,
Cause
bro. Of
not like it's not nobody's responsibility to keep it and
course.
shit, bro.
Of
And
course.
projects, as you know, as an artist, sometimes projects probably they don't come out right the first time, but you want to
Definitely.
revisit it
Right.
later, like a year maybe or
Right.
something. No, like
Right.
sometimes it sounds dope on the day, and
In
then
that
you hear it a
moment.
week later, and it's like, like I'm gonna
Yeah.
change this up and
Right.
shit.
Yeah, it
No,
happens, bro. It
yeah,
happens
yeah,
even to me. Like there's plenty of songs that I've had there that I'm like, sometimes I let them sit for a month or two,
yeah,
3 months, whatever it is, until I'm like, okay, this is what I figured out, what I want to change on it now, or what I want to add, or whatever it is, make adjustments. Like you said, sometimes I'm back a month or two, 3 months later, and I'm like, oh, I want to change this, like,
yeah, yeah.
because I listen to it every day, every day, every day, or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I can change this, I can change that, or you know what, it's good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, let's drop it. But in this case, yeah, man, a lo Scooby Doo. That's the only reason there's a little delay on a lo Scooby Doo. I know I promised y'all that song last month, but unfortunately, I lost access to all of that. So I'm working on getting everything back and just start dropping all the new music, man. I got trap, I got reggaeton, I got hip hop, I got corridos, I got everything coming to y'all this year. So
That's fire, man. That's
definitely,
dope, dope, dope.
definitely, music
Yeah, we wish
videos,
you the
all that.
best too, man, for sure.
Thank you, brother.
Like
Thank you.
on your music path and all that, dude. And yeah, we'll definitely play some of your music on Tap In Thursday. I have a show on
Okay,
Thursdays. I
okay,
haven't done it in a bit because I was gonna start spreading it out,
for sure.
but we just been so busy and shit, bro. You know that where we play new music from different artists and shit, bro.
Right,
Yeah,
dope,
yeah.
dope. Appreciate
This
that,
is
bro.
fire, man.
Oh yeah, no, and like I said, once again, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for my boy Moco, for plugging us up, bro, and thankful to be here today, bro. Definitely,
No, yeah, definitely. Appreciate everybody that tapped in today, bro.
sir.
I'm gonna give you a shout right now to give
Hmm.
your all your Instagram
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit
for
so
sure.
people can follow you. But appreciate everybody that tapped in today, man. It's 2026. Hope everybody had a great holiday, great
Yes, sir.
Christmas, great New Year, man. It's back to work, right? This is the first week, everything's back to normal and shit,
Everything's
man.
back.
So it's grind mode,
Mm-hmm.
all that good stuff, man. So expect a lot from us coming this year for sure. A lot of new music, man, with Yellow Hill and Baby Joy that we're dropping. Um, so definitely we got some studio coming in as well too. Yeah, we're gonna do a tap in Thursday. I think, and if not this Thursday, next Thursday for sure,
For
man.
sure, for
It's
sure.
one of my favorite shows that I like to do and shit. But I was doing it every week where I was
Okay.
like, oh, I need to space it out so that
Right,
it's like I want to make it special, man. You
right,
get me?
right.
Yeah,
Of
yeah, for
course,
sure.
of course.
And then we're working on a new show right now, man. Me and King Ciso and I we're looking to start a new show, man. So stay tuned for that. We had Trophy Talk in the past that didn't work out, unfortunately, but we're gonna start a new show that has a little bit more of a reaction and an opinion show type that we
Mm-hmm.
wanted to build out. And it's gonna be the black and the brown together, man, working together. So shout out to King Cecil. We're gonna be doing that real soon, man. This year for sure. By February, we'll have something launching and shit. You know, something more, a little bit more radio style type shit, man. It's gonna be dope, man. You know.
Sir.
So stay tuned for that. I got a lot of shit, and we got Ciudad de Campeones, Champion City. New designs coming out on our website possibly before the end of this month. I'm just finalizing some last things with the designer and shit. But it's something we've been wanting to do. I think I'm gonna wait for the Rams to beat the Carolina Panthers on this Saturday on the wild card game.
Yeah.
And then launch the new designs, the Ciudad de Campeones, City of Champions. It's gonna be like a
Dope.
bilingual type of launch.
Okay. Okay.
So the designs that I'm doing in Champion City, I'm doing them in Spanish as Ciudad de Campeones and shit,
Dope.
dude.
Dope.
For my people out here, man, you know, so it's gonna be pretty dope. I'm
That's
excited about
fire.
that shit. I did some City of Champs before, but this is Ciudad de Campeones, so stay
Sick
tuned
with it.
for all that good stuff, man. And a lot of good episodes coming up and shit, man. So make sure y'all stay tapped in. And I know y'all seen I got a new song out. This is an unreleased track with Gangsta Wish and Knockout. That's one of the tracks that we had to change something.
Okay. Okay.
And the engineer took the file, so we didn't want to put it out because there's something wrong. But
Right.
I
Right.
put it out for members only. So if you're able to get that $3.99 a month, at least for 1 month, you know, subscribe to you're not subscribe, become a member to the channel. Bump that song, man. You guys are gonna trip out on it, man.
Hell yeah.
It's dope. But it's for members only as a way to, you know, drive more membership
Right. Right.
statuses for us as well too. And I do promise for everybody as a member, I'm gonna be dropping more content exclusive for members only. Not to leave the subscribers out. I'm gonna drop a lot of content. You guys seen we've been working and shit. So stay tuned for that. And other than that, man, I appreciate every single one of y'all rocking with us, tapping in and shit. So stay tuned, man. Right now, why don't you tell everybody if you have a YouTube, your
Yes, sir.
Instagram, and all that, bro?
Yes, sir. You can find me on YouTube under Ibanzy Official. You can find me on TikTok under Ibanzy Official. Yeah, and then you can find me on Instagram under SL Ibanzy as ESELE Banzy. On TikTok is IBANZY Official. Same thing on Spotify is IBANZY. I'm in the Ibanzy on all platforms. Yes, sir.